These are these are wild leeks. Allium trichocum, something like that. Also known as ramps. Really healthy population. I haven't been here since, if that's 8 years ago, that would have been 2014. And it's about the time of the year. It's a beautiful day, just relaxing, listening to wrens, the birds calling in the distance. And I'm here to take a look at these plants. What's interesting to me is you could tell that these plants have been here a long time. You can see this is the kind of tough. It's called the Inflorescence. You can see at the bottom of the screen. And these will hold these were the seeds. This is what's left over of the seeds. So this was probably from, you see the stem is probably about 1.5 feet long, and it's flowers. It's made a lot of seeds. It's probably made 3, 6, 9, like probably 15 seeds. So this population has been reseeding itself. We're in a old growth forest. There's a giant tulip tree right up here, and I'm leaning up against, looks like a sugar maple. But I think these plants really like sugar maples, and some sugar maples here are probably 150 years old. Tells me here is like this soil hasn't really been disturbed so much, and that the deer don't really eat at them. So it's really lucky that I'm here. Perfect timing. I'm gonna gather a little bit of leaves. There's some ethics around harvesting these leaves. You know, from my mentor Arthur Haynes, he says to because this plant's considered threatened in different states in the Northeast. It's often harvested to be sold at restaurants and health food stores. It's wonderful to see, because I'm just thinking about when some of my thoughts were like, well, didn't really have to seed this or weed this so much. It kind of just takes care of itself. And so I'm really grateful, because in a little bit I'm going to taste the leaf. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to probably select this is like the densest clump here over here. Like there's like a nice clump over there. There's like over there is a pretty big, over there is a pretty big clump. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna pick the leaves. Probably just pick one leaf per plant and leave most of the plants alone. It's a bumblebee. And a couple years ago I was at Arthur Haynes's spring foraging, and we were on this island. I think it wasn't the Penobscot, at Androscoggin River. It was a floodplain, so meaning that it was near the river was an island on the Androscoggin River, and it would occasionally flood. So Arthur would say, you know, avoid the bulbs, avoid the roots to eat them, because they probably contained chemicals from the water, and by avoiding them you're actually letting them live. So really just pick the leaves, pick one leaf per plant, and it's really, you can tell they're really glossy leaves, soft, smooth. These long, they have what is called a basal growth, so they're growing from the base, and there usually are 2 leaves per plant. So that's one plant, another plant, and they grow in these clumps. So I'm gonna go ahead and taste one of these leaves before I, ask permission. I feel like this is a really wonderful moment for me because I've been thinking about these plants for a while now. I haven't really been back here in a long time. I'm in lower Hudson River, just west of the Hudson River, and but beyond that, I'll protect these plants by not saying where I am exactly. Robin just flew by, taking a look at me. I don't think there's probably not very few, there are probably very few humans that come back here. So I'm gonna go, but hope everybody's having a great day. And I'm so excited to be here, really grateful for these plants. There are a lot of medicinal properties as well as edible properties. I was gonna say, yeah, at Arthur's workshop, we ate a lot of these leaves with cheese. It was like a lunch snack, and that was a great combination because they're leafy, they're oniony, but they're not too bitter. It's almost a sweet onion, and Arthur talks a lot about it. If I remember from his books, Ancestral Plants, I think it's probably from volume 1. He says, I think he was talking about its use against staph infections, but this is more of a spring tonic. This is a native plant, and the native people use it mostly as a spring tonic, which makes sense, because springtime, traditionally throughout the world in many different cultures, sulfur was considered a good spring remedy, and onions are high in sulfur, but these are wild and they're leafy, so I'm not eating the fruit. I'm not eating primarily the onion that we think about, but I'm eating the leaf, so it has different properties. If I'm correct, more omega-3 fatty acids, like what you would think of eating kale versus eating Brussels sprouts. You'd find different micronutrients, because kale is a leafy. I believe that they're the same species, but there's different subspecies. So kale is a leafy form, and Brussels sprouts are more of a fruiting form, or I believe, or maybe broccoli would be a better. Maybe it wouldn't be kale. It would be, let's say, I could say lettuce versus sweet potato. Obviously, the sweet potato has more starch. Has probably more calories, but the lettuce has more probably bitter compounds, has more, could have more of have a larger surface area, and I believe leaves are known to contain different nutrients than do roots do, which makes a lot of sense. So I hope that was helpful for everybody. I'm Max here, and hope you all have a great day. Thanks so much for listening and watching.